Realme is all set to release a 125 watt charging solution. So let's find out how do they achieve it in the first episode of Let Me Explain. A quick disclaimer before we get into the real video itself. This video is going to be a physics class, and also we are going to divide this into two parts. The first one will be about the charging solution itself, and the second one will be about the type of battery they are using to achieve this kind of charging. Normally, lithium-ion battery requires a constant current, constant voltage charging algorithm. In other words, the battery should be charged at a set current level until it reaches the final voltage. At this point, the circuit switches to constant voltage. Let me make it easy for you. Look at this graph for a better understanding of how current and voltage changes during the course of the charging. So as you can see, from 0 to 0.6 hours, the current remains constant, whereas the voltage is increasing. From this point, the voltage throughout the charging circle remains the constant, whereas the current drops gradually. So this is what I was talking about when I meant constant current and constant voltage charging algorithm. So now that you know the basics, let's get into how BBK or Oppo or Realme does it. Their charging technology is called VOOC, or in other words, Voltage Open Loop Multi-Step Constant Current Charging. Well, Qualcomm Solutions has a higher voltage input, whereas VOOC has a higher current input. Pause this video and go find your charging brick and find the input power mentioned. Do you see a multiple voltage ampere combinations like 12 volt 1.5 amps and 9 volt at 2 amps? Most manufacturers change the combination during various stages of charging, which results in a standard fast charging. Whereas Oppo keeps the current input higher during the initial 0 to 60%. Since the current input is constant during that range and the variation voltage is minimum, they provide a quick top up to your device and an overall lead. Unlike Qualcomm, which has to support multiple OEMs, Oppo's tech is built into their homegrown phones. This was a story from 2014. Moving on to 2018, then came the charging solution, SuperVOOC. Oppo until then kept the voltage input at 5 volts because most smartphone components as well as batteries are capped at a 5 volt input. Hence the voltage is directly fed into the battery itself. So there is no heat generation in the conversion from higher voltages as in the Qualcomm solution. But SuperVOOC took 10 volts and 5 amps of input. Interestingly, Oppo split the batteries into two separate ones in series, which means the input voltage 10 volts is fed in as 5 volts and 5 volts in each of the batteries. Again, no conversion happens here, which keeps the phone cooler. Clever, right? Now coming to 2020, their new charging tech is called Flash Charge or Ultra Dart as Realme wants to call it. How does this charging tech achieve 120 plus watt of power? From what you have learnt until now will help you understand there is a 20 volt 6.25 amp input, multiplying which gives 125 watts. So getting the basic maths out of the way, Realme has shared a figure of how their 125 watt charging works. So from now on we'll go deep into technicalities, so hold on. So what we see here is the charger taking an input of 20 watt 6.25 ampere, which is then fed across MOSFET and then split into three different circuits. So when we split it, the current gets divided into three 2.1 amperes each. From that it's converted into 10 voltage and 4.2 amperes, half the voltage and double the current. Half the voltage, double the current. But kaise? Okay, hold on. As most of you would have heard about a step-up transformer, this is kind of the same. But since we are handling a DC current here, the equipment used is called a charge pump. Charge pumps are electronically different from transformers because they use capacitor to alter voltage. They can alter voltage in any combination like 4 times the voltage, 2 times, 0.5 times, 0.25 times, any of these combinations. A quick note, charge pumps are not found by Oppo. Neither are they first to use them. They were the first to use them in this fashion. So then a question arrives, why divide it into 3? Because we can use the charge pump directly to convert 20 volt 6.2 amperes into 10 volt 12.5 amperes. We can, right? Technically we can, but we avoid that because the conversion has a higher heat dissipation. Rather we opt for a parallel circuit. So splitting this into 3 circuits is what they call triple voltage transformation. Moving on, once it's converted into 10 volts and 4.2 amperes, it's again joined in parallel, which results in the same voltage 10 volts and the summation of the amperes, that is 12.5 amperes. Multiplying both we get 125 watts. and this is fed into two batteries of capacity 2000 each. From now we get into the second part. Note there is something mentioned about the batteries MTW and 6C. What is that? MTW stands for multiple tab windings of a lithium ion battery. If you have ever seen lithium ion batteries, it's a winding of metal sheets around an insulating film. The basic type of lithium ion batteries has one positive electrode and one negative electrode. So the electron generated at the anode electrode has to experience a longer distance to be collected at the negative tab. A scientist called Zhao et al. Introduced multiple tab positive and negative placed in such a position, which in turn reduced the voltage loss due to ohmic resistance and a higher charge density. He found out that compared to only one pair of tab, the discharge performance at higher C rating was improved by adding multiple tabs. So what is C rating? As I mentioned earlier in this video, the discharge current is often expressed as the C rating. C rating is the measurement of the rate at which the battery is charging or discharging related to its full capacity. Let me explain it with an example. For example, 1 C rate means discharge current can discharge the battery in 1 hour. That is, for a battery of 4000 mAh, discharge current is 4000 milliamps. Fast forward to 6C batteries of same capacity 4000 mAh will have a discharge current of 24,000 milliamps. In practical terms, it can charge or discharge a 4000 mAh battery in 1/6 of an hour, that is 10 minutes at 100% efficiency. So as you saw in the first graph, the charge rating changes from 1C to 0.1C during the course of charging. So the same happens here. So the battery doesn't charge at 6C all the time. So as you would have understood by now, to get the claim of 100% in under 15 minutes, it's not just the charger and wattage and stuff. The battery also has to allow it. So I hope you understood what it takes to make a 125 watt charging solution. If you found this video informative, share this with your friends and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one. Peace.